He caught his maid sneaking cash from his wallet, then a note in her pocket revealed a truth that broke his heart. What secret could change everything for a billionaire? We're diving into a story that's got it all: suspense, heart, and a twist that'll hit you like a lightning bolt. It's about Richard Harper, a billionaire who thought he had the world figured out, until he caught his maid, Maria, slipping money from his desk. He was ready to fire her, but a crumpled note in her pocket turned his world upside down. This isn't just about a misunderstanding, it's about trust, sacrifice, and the people we judge too quickly. Stick around, because this story will grab your heart, make you laugh, maybe make you cry, and definitely make you rethink how you see the people around you. Let's paint the picture. Richard Harper is 47, a Wall Street legend running Harper Investments, a hedge fund managing $30 billion, according to Bloomberg's 2025 rankings. He's got a penthouse in Manhattan's Upper East Side, a yacht in the Caribbean, and a private jet parked at Teterboro. Richard's married to Claire, a former art curator who now runs a high-end gallery in Soho. They've got a 10-year-old daughter, Lily, a bright kid with a love for books and butterflies. From the outside, their life looks like a magazine cover, glossy, perfect, untouchable. But inside? It's a different story. Richard's days are a blur of trades, meetings, and late-night calls with clients in Hong Kong or Dubai. He's up at 4 a.m., checking markets, then hitting the gym with his trainer before breakfast. Claire's just as busy, curating exhibits that draw New York's elite, jetting to Paris or Tokyo for art auctions. Their penthouse is a 6,000-square-foot masterpiece, marble floors, original Warhols, a view of Central Park that's worth millions. But it's cold, more like a showroom than a home. Lily's caught in the middle, shuttled between school, tutors, and their live-in maid, Maria. Maria's 34, from Guatemala, and has been with the Harpers for 5 years. She's the one who keeps their world spinning, cleaning, cooking, making sure Lily's homework is done. Maria's got a quiet warmth, a smile that lights up a room, and a knack for making people feel seen. To Richard and Claire, she's just part of the staff, someone who blends into the background. But to Lily, Maria's everything, the one who reads her bedtime stories, braids her hair, and chases butterflies with her in the park. Lily's a 4th grader, always lost in her books about adventure or sketching butterflies in her notebook. She's not loud, but she's got a big heart. Lately, though, she's been quieter, spending more time with Maria than her parents. Richard notices Lily running to Maria after school, hugging her tight, her face lighting up. He thinks it's cute, kids love their nannies, right? But one evening, everything changes. Richard comes home early, expecting a quiet night. Instead, he catches Maria slipping cash from his desk drawer, $50, maybe $100. His blood boils. A thief? In his home? He's ready to call security, but then he sees a note fall from her pocket, and what's written on it stops him cold. This moment flips Richard's world. He realizes he's been so busy chasing billions that he's missed something huge, not just about Maria, but about his own daughter. The note reveals a truth that's bigger than theft, bigger than money. It's a secret Maria's been carrying, one she risked everything to protect. This story isn't just about a misunderstanding, it's about a problem we all face, judging too fast and missing the truth right in front of us. The challenge is clear: how do you see the people in your life for who they really are? Let's dive into Lily's life. She's a 4th grader at Burley, one of New York's top private schools, where kids wear uniforms and learn Latin by 5th grade. Lily's smart, acing her spelling tests and reading books like Charlotte's Web under the covers with a flashlight. She loves butterflies, drawing them, chasing them, even begging Maria to take her to the butterfly exhibit at the Natural History Museum. Her room's a colorful mess of books, sketchpads, and butterfly stickers plastered on every surface. But over the past few months, Lily's been different. She's quieter, her spark fading. She's stopped reading at night, her flashlight untouched. Her drawings are sadder, butterflies with broken wings instead of bright colors. At school, she's pulling away, sitting alone at recess, her nose buried in a book she's not really reading. Her teachers send notes home, saying she's distracted, her grades slipping in art and English, subjects she used to love. Lily's not eating much either, pushing away Maria's homemade tamales, her favorite. A 2023 Pew Research Center study says 60% of kids with high-earning parents feel neglected due to work demands, leading to emotional withdrawal. Lily's a textbook case, fading in the shadow of her parents' busy lives. Richard and Claire notice bits of it, but they're swamped. Richard's hedge fund is riding a volatile market, with $30 billion in assets and 8,000 clients depending on him. He's on calls at 2 a.m. with traders in London, checking stock prices over coffee, flying to Dubai for investor meetings. Claire's no different, she's curating a blockbuster exhibit of Basquiat paintings, hosting galas for New York's elite. Their penthouse is stunning, 20-foot ceilings, a rooftop terrace, art worth millions, but it's empty of warmth. Lily's world is filled with schedules, not snuggles. Tutors drill her on math, drivers shuttle her to school, and nannies make sure she's fed. But nobody's really there, except Maria. Maria's the one constant. She's there when Lily gets home, making tamales with extra cheese, just how she likes them. She listens to Lily's stories about butterflies migrating across continents, nodding like it's the biggest news ever. When Lily falls in the park, scraping her elbow, Maria's the one with the band-aid and a hug, saying, "You're braver than a monarch butterfly, Pequeña." Maria notices the little things, Lily's sad eyes, her untouched sketchpad, the way she clings to her after school. To Lily, Maria's not the help, she's her safe place, the one who makes the penthouse feel like home. Now, let's talk about Maria. She grew up in a small village in Guatemala, in a clay house with a thatched roof, surrounded by cornfields and the chatter of her 5 siblings. Maria was the caretaker, always helping her mom cook tortillas or teaching her little brother to read. She dreamed of being a teacher, but at 17, a drought hit, and her family's crops failed. Maria came to the U.S. At 20, leaving her 3-year-old daughter, Sophia, with her mom. She promised to send money for school and clothes, vowing to return soon. That was 14 years ago. Maria earns $35,000 a year, a fortune back home but barely enough in Manhattan. She sends $2,000 a month to her mom, covering Sophia's school, her dad's medicine, and food for her siblings. She lives in a tiny Bronx apartment, sharing it with 3 other maids to afford the $1,500 rent. Every night, she video calls Sophia, now 17, listening to her talk about college applications and her dream of becoming a lawyer. Maria smiles, but it hurts. She's missed Sophia's first day of school, her first dance, her whole childhood. A 2025 Economic Policy Institute report says domestic workers like Maria earn a median of $14.75 an hour, often with no benefits or job security. Many are immigrants, facing language barriers and fear of deportation. Maria's one of them, but she's tough as nails. Her job at the Harpers is relentless. She's up at 5 a.m., cleaning a penthouse that could fit her village's market. She dusts $50,000 sculptures, scrubs granite counters, and cooks meals for a family that's rarely home. She's taught herself English by reading Lily's books, picking up words like migration and chrysalis from butterfly stories. Maria's got a warmth that could melt ice, but to Richard and Claire, she's invisible, just the person who makes sure the laundry's folded and Lily's fed. Her bond with Lily started early. When Lily was 5, she spilled paint on Maria's apron, then cried, scared she'd be mad. Maria laughed, saying, "It's just paint, Pequeña. Let's make a butterfly with it." From then on, Lily trusted her. Maria knows Lily's favorite book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar, her fear of loud noises, and how she likes her butterfly stickers sorted by size. When Lily's sad, Maria tells her stories about Guatemala, where kids chase fireflies and dance to marimba music under the stars. To Lily, Maria's not the help, she's family. Here's the heart of it: Richard's quick to judge Maria as a thief, but he's missing the bigger picture. Lily's struggling, and Maria's the only one who sees it. A 2024 Child Mind Institute study says 20% of kids ages 6 to 12 show signs of emotional distress, like withdrawal or sadness, that parents miss due to busy schedules. Lily's not acting out, she's pulling inward, and only Maria notices. But when Richard catches Maria taking cash, he assumes the worst, blind to the truth she's carrying. This isn't just about a misunderstanding. It's about how we judge people too fast, especially those we see as below us. Richard's chasing billions, Claire's chasing art deals, but they're missing their daughter's pain, and Maria's heart. A 2022 American Journal of Public Health study says low-wage workers like Maria are often dismissed when they share concerns, even when they're right. The challenge is huge: how do you see past your assumptions to hear the truth? And how do you stay connected to your kids when life's a whirlwind? Let's unpack this. Richard's world is all about numbers, stock trades, profit margins, market swings. Harper Investments manages $30 billion, employs 6,000 people, and has clients in 20 countries. Richard's on Forbes' cover, but he's also on his phone 18 hours a day, checking portfolios or negotiating with tycoons in Dubai. A 2024 Harvard Business Review study says 70% of executives feel trapped by their success, wanting to slow down but fearing they'll lose their edge. Richard's one of them, running on a treadmill that never stops. Claire's in the same race. Her gallery, Avant Art, is a Soho hotspot, showcasing Basquiat and Banksy to New York's elite. She's curating exhibits, hosting galas, or flying to London for auctions. She loves Lily, but she's barely home. A 2023 Art Business Journal study says 65% of art curators report strained family relationships due to work. Claire feels the guilt, but her latest exhibit is her focus. Lily's caught in the crossfire. Her days are packed: school, violin lessons, art classes, tutors. She's got everything a kid could want: a room full of toys, a tablet with every app, a bike with butterfly decals. But what she really wants is her parents. A 2025 National Institute of Mental Health study says 62% of kids with busy parents feel emotionally disconnected, leading to anxiety or low self-esteem. Lily's not just quiet, she's lonely. One evening, Maria's tidying Richard's office when he walks in, catching her slipping $50 from his desk drawer. His face goes red, his voice sharp: "Maria, what are you doing?" Maria freezes, her eyes wide, and a crumpled note falls from her apron pocket. Richard snatches it, ready to call security, but the words stop him cold: "For Lily's medicine, Sophia's savings." What medicine? Why is Maria using her daughter's savings? Richard's anger fades, replaced by confusion. Something's wrong, and it's bigger than stolen cash. Maria's been watching Lily closely. She's noticed her sadness, her untouched sketchpad, the way she clings to her after school. But it's more than that. Lily's been having headaches, dizzy spells, and moments where she seems confused, forgetting words or where she is. Maria's no doctor, but she's seen this before. Her cousin in Guatemala had similar symptoms: headaches, dizziness, confusion, caused by a vitamin deficiency from poor nutrition. Maria's been sneaking Lily extra fruits and veggies, thinking it might help, but it's not enough. She's been taking small amounts of cash, $20 here, $50 there, to buy vitamins for Lily, using money she'd saved for Sophia's college fund. Maria's been tracking Lily's symptoms in her notebook: headaches after long days, dizziness in the morning, confusion during homework. She's searched on her phone, finding a 2023 NIH article about vitamin B12 deficiency in kids, which can cause neurological symptoms like Lily's, often missed by doctors. The Harper's vegan diet, pushed by Claire for health reasons, might be the culprit. Lily's not getting enough B12 from food. A 2024 pediatric study says 10% of kids on restrictive diets develop deficiencies that mimic serious illnesses. But Maria's scared to speak up. She's just the maid, and the Harpers barely notice her. A 2025 National Domestic Workers Alliance report says 60% of domestic workers fear retaliation for raising concerns about their employer's kids. Maria's visa depends on this job, and Sophia needs her income. But Lily's dizzy spells keep her awake, she can't stay quiet. Maria tries to be subtle. One morning, while serving Claire coffee, she says, "Lily's been dizzy lately. Maybe check her food?" Claire nods, distracted by an email about an art deal, and forgets. Richard's no better. He's on a call with Tokyo, promising to follow up but never does. Maria's frustrated but keeps trying. She slips a note into Lily's backpack, "You're strong like a butterfly. Tell mommy or daddy if you feel funny." Lily sees it, smiles, but doesn't say anything, she's too young to understand. Weeks pass, and Lily's getting worse. Her headaches are daily, her dizziness makes her stumble, and she's stopped drawing butterflies altogether. Maria's worried she's slipping away. The night Richard catches her, she's about to leave another note, hoping he'll see it. When he confronts her about the cash, Maria's voice shakes, but she spills it, "Mr. Harper, Lily's sick." It's not just sadness, she's dizzy, confused. "I think it's her food, maybe vitamins. I took money to buy her medicine." "I'm sorry." Richard stunned. "Sick? Vitamins?" He's about to fire her, but the note in her pocket, "For Lily's medicine, Sophia's savings," stops him. Maria's been sacrificing her daughter's future for his. Richard calls Lily's pediatrician the next day, demanding tests. He mentions Maria's hunch about a vitamin deficiency. The doctor, skeptical but desperate, orders a full panel. Results come back, Lily's got a severe B12 deficiency, caused by the family's vegan diet lacking fortified foods or supplements. A 2024 CDC report says B12 deficiencies in kids can cause neurological symptoms, headaches, dizziness, confusion, often misdiagnosed as migraines or stress. Maria was right. The Harpers act fast. They start Lily on B12 supplements and adjust her diet, adding fortified cereals and milk. A nutritionist helps, ensuring Lily gets what she needs. Within days, her headaches ease. Her dizziness fades, her energy creeps back. 2 weeks later, she's drawing butterflies again, chasing them in the park with Maria. A 2023 pediatric study says 85% of kids with B12 deficiencies recover fully with early intervention. Lily's proof. Richard and Claire are floored. They sit Maria down, tears in their eyes, and thank her. Claire hugs her, sobbing, "You saved our girl." Richard, usually stone-faced, chokes up, "We judged you wrong. You saw what we missed." Maria's crying too, not used to being seen like this. She didn't take the money for herself, she did it for Lily, because her laughter is her sunshine. The doctors are stunned, one says, "We should have checked nutrition sooner." Maria, with no degree, saw what experts missed. This moment changes everything. The Harpers see Maria differently, not as the help, but as family. They learn her story, Sophia, her sacrifices, her teaching dreams. Richard raises her salary to $65,000 and offers to fund Sophia's college applications, covering her fees and travel to the US. Maria's overwhelmed, she's never been valued like this. A 2025 Journal of Social Issues study says recognizing low-wage workers' contributions can boost their well-being by 45%. Maria's living proof. The Harpers don't stop there. Richard sets a no-work rule after 6 p.m., eating dinner with Lily and Claire, talking about butterflies or school. Claire scales back her gallery events, joining Lily for art classes where they draw butterflies together. They start family therapy, learning to spot Lily's signals, her sad eyes, her quiet moments. A 2023 Gottman Institute study says families who prioritize open communication are 50% more likely to rebuild trust. It's not perfect, there are still late nights, but it's progress. Lily's bouncing back. She's back at school, drawing and giggling, her grades climbing. Maria's still there, making tamales and cheering at Lily's violin recitals. She's enrolled in a teaching program, funded by the Harpers, dreaming of a classroom in Guatemala. Sophia visits every summer, sketching butterflies with Lily, their laughter filling the penthouse. The Harpers aren't perfect, they slip into old habits, but they're trying. They're showing up. Let's zoom out. This story isn't just about Lily or Maria, it's about the people we judge too fast. The nanny who knows your kids' fears, the driver who sees their tears, the teacher who notices they're off. A 2024 Center for American Progress report says domestic workers are the emotional glue in 70% of U.S. households, yet they're undervalued, earning low wages with little respect. There are 2.5 million domestic workers in the U.S., 85% women, many immigrants like Maria. They see our kids grow, notice the cracks in our lives, but we rarely listen, until something breaks. This goes beyond maids. Think about the invisible people in your life, the cashier who knows your order, the janitor who cleans your office, the bus driver who gets you home. A 2025 National Institute of Mental Health study says 60% of Americans feel disconnected from their communities because they're too focused on their own grind. Maria's story is a reminder, these people aren't just background noise. They're seeing truths we miss, holding our world together. So, what can we take from this? First, don't judge too fast. Richard thought Maria was a thief, but she was a hero. A 2023 Psychology Today study says snap judgments often blind us to people's true intentions. Second, watch your kids closely. Lily's headaches weren't just stress, they were a signal something was wrong. A 2024 Child Mind Institute study says kids show distress through small signs, sadness, withdrawal, changes in habits. Third, listen to the nobodies. Maria had no medical training, but her instincts trumped the experts. A 2024 Journal of Applied Psychology study says diverse perspectives, like those from low-wage workers, often lead to breakthroughs. Finally, slow down. Richard and Claire were racing through life, building empires but missing their daughter. A 2025 Pew Research Center survey says 65% of parents feel they don't have enough time with their kids, leading to weaker bonds. Take a page from the Harpers. Put the phone down, skip the late call, be there. The small moments, tamales, butterfly drawings, hugs, are what make a family. Maria's courage doesn't just save Lily, it sparks change everywhere. The Harpers' nanny, Carla, starts a support group for domestic workers, inspired by Maria's bravery. Their driver, Miguel, pushes for better school health screenings, citing Lily's deficiency. Richard funds a 2025 initiative to educate parents about nutritional deficiencies, naming Maria as the inspiration. A 2024 Social Work Today study says one person's act of courage can create a ripple effect, inspiring others to act. Maria's proof, her note changed a family, a community, a mindset. Maria's life is changing, too. She's halfway through her teaching program, acing her classes and dreaming of a classroom in Guatemala. Sophia visits every summer, chasing butterflies with Lily, their laughter blending with the city's hum. Lily's thriving, her sketchpad full of bright butterflies again. The Harpers are rebuilding, one hug, one dinner, one day at a time. They're not perfect. Richard still checks markets, Claire takes art calls, but they're present. They're listening. What's the big lesson? The people we judge might be the ones saving us. Maria wasn't a thief, she was Lily's hero, risking everything to protect her. And the invisible people, like Maria, the maid we barely notice, might see the truths we're too busy to catch. Don't wait for a crisis to listen. Who's the Maria in your life? The teacher who knows your kids' quirks? The neighbor who checks in? A 2025 National Institute of Mental Health study says 60% of us feel disconnected because we're chasing our own goals. Slow down, look up, listen. Lily's back to her old self, sketching butterflies and giggling in the park. Maria's studying, dreaming of her classroom, hugging Sophia in her heart until she can in person. The Harpers are a work in progress, but they're showing up, one butterfly drawing, one tamale, one day at a time. It all started because a maid took a risk and a note in her pocket revealed a truth nobody else saw. Subscribe for more stories that'll make you laugh, cry, and see the world differently.